Hi everyone, Major here and welcome back to Red Dragon. So, given that I now have a Chinese deck, I have a North Korean deck, and I've got a couple of different US decks, I thought it probably time to create an ANZAC deck. So I haven't looked at the ANZACs too much before, which is disappointing being an Aussie, but here we go. So with the ANZAC deck we get 15 plus 15 activation points, plus 30% availability for units of type of logistic, recon, tank, infantry, support, vehicle, helo, and plane. In other words, everything. We're going for like an armored unit, so we get plus 2 XP for units of type tank, and all units of type tank cost less 1 activation point, and we get 4 slots available for tanks. And we can only have before 1985, but we get plus 5 activation points. So let's have a look. All right, for logistics, well, we need to have the forward operating base. Chinooks definitely have to have some for resupply. There's no doubt about that. But do I go the rover for the command post? Good off-road or cross-country mobility. Or do we go the M577A1, which is 60 and 110 kilometers? The rover is 95 and 150. So I think just for speed and for the physical size, we'll go for the rover. And we get 8 of those. Um, for transport of supplies, we've got the Unimog, carries 500 litres, or the Mankati, I hope the pronunciation's right there, 1750. So good off-road speed there, 90 kilometres an hour, so you don't have to stick to the roads. And Unimog, 50 kilometres an hour. Well, I think that sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? We can get 8 of those also. Command Leopard. Do we really want a tank for command? We've got 8 rovers. Might come back to that. So infantry, assault pioneers with the L1A1 self-loading rifle and napalm, which is very, very handy, especially for close-in fighting in villages or urban environments. What's the difference here? Oh, that might be better. The assault pioneers with the M113A1 with a minigun. That might be handy. So we can get 10 of those. Commandos. Oh, they've got the 84mm heat rockets. 60% accuracy, AP of 18. Only a range of 700 though. Can always have good commandos, always handy. So the standard infantry or the diggers, you got the 66mm heat rockets. You got the Bren. Well, that's pretty old. That is Bren. That's going back World War II. Range of 875, suppression factor of 55. The L1A1 SLR again. Might leave those. What's the MRAR? So 10 of those as compared to the diggers. 10 of those. They're worth 10 points. The MRARs are worth 10 points, but they get the 84mm heat rockets. Accuracy of 70%, AP of 18. Training is regular when you compare that to the commandos, who are shock trained, and the pioneers, which are regular. Wonder if we could possibly have a unit purely of commandos nearly. Assault pioneers. What's the red eye? Alright, fire and forget infrared missiles. Only 35% accuracy though. I do like the 84mm heat rockets. They could be handy. What do we get them in the M113A1, which has got the minigun? No, it's just got the 2 Brownings. Alright. And who of those can we get? 16 hardened. Well, there's plenty of troops. Now, support. Oh my goodness. This is looking pretty damn thin. M109 for artillery. Oh, look at the dispersion. 7280. Does come with 80 rounds though, so it wouldn't necessarily be reliant on a supply truck sitting near it. We can get 5 of those. We'll do that. M12. It's an 81mm mortar. No. Track rapier. 50% accuracy. How many missiles does it hold? 8. So it will need resupply. How many of those can we get? 16. But the range is pretty low. Yeah, they're going to have enemy aircraft firing radar-guided missiles because they are guided well outside the range of the rapier. Tank. Centurion, yes, a very good workhorse of the Australian Armed Forces up until probably the 70s. So 20 pounder, 40% accuracy, 10% when it's on the drive, on the move, 8 rounds per minute, which is good. Frontal armor of 9, not fantastic. Optics are poor. Cross-country speed's only 35, road speed 110. What can we do with the Leopard ASI? Oh, sorry, AS1. 45% accuracy, 35 on the move, 10 rounds per minute, 65 off-road. Oh, and the arm is less, it's 8. It's the M41. Armour of 2. Scorpion light tank. Oh my god, it's only got a total range of 2100 metres, 76mm heat rounds. Good thing is the heat, it won't lose penetration as compared to a kinetic round. 30% accuracy, but the armour rating 2, 2, 1 and 1. Well, looks like we're going to have to rely on the old Centurion here. Veteran, we can get 2 of them at 26. Oh, goodness me. The M41, oh, that's the old Bulldog. That's the Bulldog that the Americans used to use in their airborne. So that's very much a light tank. The Leopard, don't really have much option. M41, 40 and 10, Scorpion 30. So the Scorpion has no stabilization, so it needs to stop to shoot. Off-road speed for the Bulldog is 70. Same for the Scorpion. Frontal armor of 2. The Scorpion has better side armor than the Bulldog. Alright, anti-aircraft and anti-helicopter defense. Has no anti-aircraft, but does have helicopter defense. But the M41, or the M41A1, as the ANZACs called it, which was the M41 Bulldog, known to the Americans, does at least have the M2 Browning out to 1,000 metres for ground and 875 metres for air. Well, have no option. If we go veteran, we can get 23 of those. Well, we can get a lot of those. Not a very particularly strong armoured force. Alright, recon. M113. Alright, 76mm heat round, 30% accuracy. Pretty slow, 60 kilometres an hour. Has good optics. Only 300, autonomy is only 480. Well, we don't really have much option but to get some of those. The Bell, it's got a minigun, range of 1,000 metres. Get some of those as well. And then we've got Norforce. Now Norforce is a unit within the army that patrols up the northwest of WA, northeast Queensland and the north of Northern Territory. So you've got the 66mm heat rockets, only good to 525 metres. AP factor's good. Alright, so the SLR 301 LRV. 8 of those. Got a lot of activation points. Vehicles. M113A1 again. Can't get that. It would just be shooting practice. All right, the M113 with the Milan. The Milan's out to 2450. Accuracy is, well, less than 1 in 2 will hit the target. Reload time 5 seconds. Off-road speed's quite slow. Autonomy is not great at 480. But we don't have any options really. We've got to get some of those. Helos only have the Bush Ranger, portable rockets, and twin minigun. And that's all we can get in recon. Air, Skyhawk, F-111, Phantom, Mirage, the Mirage. Well, from memory, I think the Mirages were retired in 1980. Didn't even know that Australia flew Phantoms, so I've learnt something there. What's the BAC Strike Master? Looks a bit like a Gloucester Meteor, actually. Alright, Napalm, slow, 600 kilometres, A4 Skyhawk, Mavericks, range of 3,100 metres, 40% accuracy. Alright, we'll get 3 of those. BAC Strike Master. 5 only is trained. Napalm. F-111C. The bomber variant. It's not the electronic warfare variant, unfortunately. You can only get 3 of those and only is trained. Phantom. Alright, so this will be our CAP unit. Combat Air Patrol will be our air interceptor. We can get 4 of those. Then the Mirage. Fire and forget the AIM 9B missiles. Air detection's good. ECM is 0. Poor stealth. Turn radius at 320. And only can spend a minute and a half, less than a minute and a half, minute and a quarter over target. Alright, we can get 3 veterans. And the Mirage 1110F. Anti-radar missiles. Can't get any of those. Which one am I going to delete? I would like to get those. What's the Bushmaster look like? A Strike Master, I should say. Bombs. Yep, let's get rid of those. And then we'll get Mirage's 4 veterans. Alright, that leaves us still with 10 points. So logistics. How many Chinooks have we got? 5. So we're going to be feeding maybe a Chinook to our Rapiers to keep them up to speed. We've got the Mankatis. Still got some of those. We can get another 8 of those. Right, that'll do that. Infantry. Alright, we used our activation points there. Support. Track Rapier. Can't get any more of those. Mortar carriers. Now, why not? Let's give them a try. Gets us to 60. Tanks. Can't get Scorpions. Cannot get Leopards. Cannot get Bulldogs. Suppose I could get some Scorpions just for light tanks. Put them out on a flank maybe. And reconnaissance. Norforce. Alright, we'll get 8 of those. Alright, so that should be out. Oh, it's only 64 points. Alright, let's delete those. It's 2. Do something with 3. Can't get anything there. Can we get any more Scorpions? No. There's the mortar carrier. we can get some more artillery. We'll do that. Well, if we can't defeat the tanks with our own tanks, then maybe we'll be able to bomb them into submission. So there you go. So that's my take on an ANZAC deck. Overall, pretty disappointing that we have such poor armour as represented in this game. It doesn't even take into account, I suppose, this is pre-1985, so I shouldn't even raise the spectre of the fact that Australia's got the M1 Abrams as well, but that's well past post-1985. So there you have it. There's the deck, and it'll come up very soon in a battle against the North Koreans. Maybe at Chosen Reservoir or another map, but it'll definitely come up soon. So thanks for watching. Would love to hear any feedback, what you think my take of what the deck should look like. Love to hear what your thoughts are. But until we get to that, until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up in the next video. Major out.